Greetings, Commander, and hearty congratulations on your appointment. Erasteel knows it's hard to imagine someone worthier of taking up the post than the savior of Kenabris himself. My name is Janor. I saw you in the Defender's Heart, but I never got the chance to speak with you. I'm glad that our paths have crossed again, giving us the chance to meet properly. It is a great honor. Yeah, I need to pronounce his name differently. Janor. This is Janor. Janor? Janor just sounds terrible. But it's a G and H. So Janor. Who are you? A humble priest of Erasteel. I completed my trials and took my holy orders only recently. And now I am serving my god, the people, to the best of my ability. What were you doing in the Defender's Heart? What I was bound to do under my holy orders. I healed the wounded, buoyed up the healthy to fight another day. Okay. Have you joined the crusade? Don't take it amiss, but no, I haven't. I have my own task. I am needed in Chili Creek, a tiny hamlet which, due to some oversight, has been left without a priest these many years. I am about to set sail for there. I'll be making my journey along Old Man Salon. If, by the grace of the good gods, you find the time to visit me there, I would be delighted to see you. Come any time, day or night. The village is easy enough to find. Here it is, right on the bank. The priest marks Chili Creek on your map. Well, I have to go. I have to meet the Queen. May Erasteel watch over you. You know what's missing from this game are in-game cinematics. Just like in King Arthur, those were glorious. I'm still pretty sure that they were rendered by Blur. I believe 1 minute made by Blur Studios costs roughly $1 million. So it's expensive, to say the least. But it's glorious. Quality's just beautiful. Alrighty. We talked to August Gwent. Gwyrm. Wait, what? Where's August Gwyrm? You serious? Where is he? Ha! Vilser Gams. The burly soldier with an impressive beard greets you with a broad smile. Ah, the army quartermaster. Wilser Gams, the camp quartermaster at your service. How may I be of help? Tell me about yourself. Quartermaster looks away sheepishly. There isn't much to tell, really. I was born in Kenabris in a humble family. I got an education, taught myself to read and write. Got drafted into the army, spent 3 years as a shield bearer in the first line. I left after I did my time and joined the Stonemasons Guild, then moved on to the shipwrights and rose to crew chief. Sailed to Eobaria twice and returned with goods. Made some money, built a house, but haven't started a family yet. Think I will after we are done with this war. But after a few years, something started gnawing at me. I got this feeling like I needed to go home, that there was a storm headed for my native city, and when there's trouble in Mendev, there's only one thing to do. You go to the recruiter and sign up for the army. And so I did. At first, they wanted to make me an infantry sergeant, but then they decided I'd be a better fit in the supply department. I can take care of army property, and I'm pretty handy around a warehouse, not to mention I know how to manage a band of helpers. And so, that's how I became a quartermaster. Wilser gives you a shy smile and shrugs if this were a wholly unremarkable story typical of any Crusader. What are your duties in this camp? A little bit of everything. What's an officer to a soldier? A strict father. So, what does this make a quartermaster like myself? Well, something like their mom, that's what. I make sure the lads have everything they need to defeat the enemy and come back from battle in one piece. Will Sir starts ticking off his fingers. That means food, firewood, medicine, tents, mended clothes, fixed weapons. The horses have got to be fed and watered. The camp's got to be fortified by the evening and broken up by the morning. I make sure the wages are paid on time, and the wagon wheels don't squeak. And then there are reports. Oh god. Until you asked, I never realized how many duties I actually had. What do the soldiers think of their new commander? Oh, they mostly tell tales about your unusual power, but they don't shy away from talking about you as a person too. Soldiers are always like that. Fiomide herself's descended from heaven. You bet they'd jabber on about how she grips a sword, and how good she looks in her armor. The soldiers believe the gods favor you, and that it wasn't a coincidence you gained your power in the Grey Garrison. Who else could something like that happen to, except for the gods' favorite? Double jeopardy. Well, hello there. Painful remorse. Heavy shield. Whenever the wielder of this +2 spiked heavy shield uses it for a shield bash, it behaves like a vicious weapon. Wait, and points of damage to the wielder? That's terrible. Flowing scales. 7 -3 armor check penalty. Gives the attacker against its wearer a 10% chance of miss due to concealment. Oh, that's not bad. That's not bad at all. Do we have any other good weapons except this ordinary stuff? Tower shield. Half plate, full plate +1. Hide armor, blah, more blah. Ring of protection. 2 deflection bonus to AC. Sure, why not? Lesser gloves of dueling. Mithril chain shirt. Falchion. Blah. Oh, now it's getting interesting. Mithril enhancement. Adamantine full plate. Hello there. Adamantine banded mail. Mithril chainmail +1. Composite longbow. Ruse. Blade of Order. Whenever the wielder of this 2 scimitar lands a hit with it on a chaotic evil creature, it applies a -1 penalty to the creature's damage rolls until the end of combat. Stacks up to 5. Wrecking Point. Black Dragon's Fang. Oh, hello there. Whenever this +3 corrosive longsword lands a hit on an enemy, it deals additional 2 roll 6 acid damage to all enemies in a 30-foot area. After this ability has been activated, it can't be activated again for 1d4 rounds. Whoa. Ceremonial for Keta. Rock of Nature. Dawn of Life. Tower Shield. Whoa. This +3 tower shield weighs twice as much as the usual tower shield and limits its wielder's speed to 20 feet. Whenever the wielder receives a critical hit, they are healed for the amount of HP equal to the number of their hit dice. What? Wide sweep. Jinx. Blah, 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 blah. Oh. Brace of Rough Landing. Clementine Banded Mail. Amulet of Jousting. Apprentice Lockpick. Mighty Fists. Wonderful. I mean, we're camp commanders, so of course we can just buy everything. That's very realistic. Perfect. Dragon Fang. Bypass damage reduction. Perfect. So we can now use stuff. Oh, that's very powerful. Bam. Of course we're going mithril breastplate. How does that one look? No, not good. Adamantine full plate. Oh, well, hello there. I mean, full plate. Yeah, it's the same, just dark. But it has less armor check penalty, more armor, so it's obviously the better item. Gloves of dueling. They look better. The other ones are more useful. I'm going with the looks. Oh, full plate. +1. Oh, in gold. Damn it. I want gold. It just looks extraordinarily good. Okay. We have a belt buckle. Do we have anything resembling what we need? What about that? Amulet. Challenged enemy, enhancement, unarmed attacks, no. The wearer has the weapon finesse feat. This amulet allows her to apply her dexterity modifier to damage rolls. It's in place of her strength. No. I don't want that. Belt. +2 dexterity. Sure, why not? Okay. So we are fully equipped now. I mean, I'm not the fan of the goggles and the hat. We need to change these. Where can I... Tankard. Okay. Now we can equip the other people. Alrighty, no Grundelf. I don't really care about him. Deran. Isn't he going away soon? Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's going away. So we need to take away his equipment. Can't let him leave without. Nino. Okay, upgrade everything. Displacement. I mean, okay. The game wants it, so let's do it. Oh, we can learn too. Let's do lightning bolt. Right. Mythic path. Oh, she can become mythic too. Hello there. Cleaving shot. Each time you deal critical damage with your ranged weapon attack, or reduce the target to 0 hit points, you deal weapon damage to all other enemies in 10 feet radius. Sure. That sounds very good. And Ember. Next, maxing out everything. Hex. Witches learn a number of magic tricks, called hexes, that grant them powers or weaken foes. Ward. No. Ameliorating. The witch can touch a creature to suppress and protect it from magic conditions, negative conditions. Dazzled, fatigued, shaken, or sickened. If the target is afflicted with the chosen condition, that condition is suppressed for a number of minutes equal to the witch's level. Oh! Aura of Purity. Diseases, inhaled poisons, and noxious gaseous effects, such as stinking cloud, are negated in a 10-foot area around the witch for a number of minutes equal to her level. You know what? Let's do that. Age of Aura of Purity. Spell. Summon monster. Done. Now we need to do her mythic path. Beneficial curse? No. Healing. Emergency help. What is that? Instantly make your way to a companion in danger and get them back into combat. No. Let's go ranging shots. Every time you miss an enemy with a ranged weapon attack, your aim improves, giving you a stacking +1 bonus on attacks against the same enemy up to the maximum of your mythic rank. Every successful hit lessens the bonus by 1. Sure. Sounds good. And the next one. Camellia. Going to improve everything. Max her out, make her extremely potent. Oh, done. Oh, no new abilities. Okay. But we can improve her mythic path. Yeah, she's also going for... Your attacks are now less affected by chance, by luck. You don't automatically miss when you roll a 1 on an attack roll. Jump. And last but not least, our secondary melee fighter, Paladin. Because we're going to improve everything. Let's see. Fatigued. Wait, we already have Fatigue Mercy. Then let's go with Shaken. Almost. Let's go with Dazed. Whenever the Paladin uses Lay on Hands to heal damage to one target, the target is no longer dazed. To improve her mythical path. Mythic path. My tongue is rolling on itself. So she's a melee fighter. You leave a mystical link with enemy spellcasters. I mean, that's not bad, but I would like something more passive. Your strikes make cracks in the enemy's existence, leaving weak points for your allies to strike. Oh no, I'm going for that. The sound of your blows is powerful enough to damage even without piercing through your enemy's defenses. Benefit. Once per round, when your melee attack misses the target, you deal 2d6 plus 1d6 per 2 mythic ranks, sonic damage to all enemies in 10 feet radius. Sure. Oh no. Ah, yes, we're going for Thundering Blows. Next we're going for Unstoppable. Okay. Done.
Let us press on.
Queen is expecting you, Knight Commander, so I shall not detain you. We can talk later after our sovereign departs. Did we do all the journal parts? Oh yes, we did. Okay. Hello there. 500 coins, perfect.
Our path leads on.
The Queen greets you with a stare. She has dropped the pompous air with which she just denounced the Fifth Crusade. The face of the ruler of Mendev appears calm and thoughtful. She has made her move, and now awaits her opponent's reply.
Commander, I'm satisfied with the troop review, but I do not expect they will be sufficient for the task. You will have to prove yourself a shrewd leader and hire the necessary troops with the provided funds. I have chosen a target for your campaign, and that target is Dresden, our lost outpost within the World Wound. The Sword of Valor was kept there, a banner that was once carried by Iomade herself. Our greatest relic was lost when the city fell. I should make one thing clear from the start. The Sword of Valor is no mere symbol, but a powerful weapon against demons. The holiness of the banner weakens them and robs them of one of their most dangerous abilities, teleportation. A forced march to Dresden awaits you. The Sword of Valor is kept somewhere within the Citadel. The demons probably think it's a hunting trophy. Its recovery is just as important as retaking the city itself. I hope the task is clear. I'm sending 2 specialists to help you, along with the soldiers. A historian, Nura Denduar, and a cleric, Soziul Vainik. One of the famous inquisitors of the Church of Iomade also wants to talk to you. The Honorable Leota, whom everyone calls Hawkblade.
I do not wish to keep you, Commander. The matter I must discuss with you is extremely important, but it is not directly related to the Crusade. You no doubt wish to meet your new comrades and speak with Her Majesty. Therefore, I shall leave you now, but I ask that you seek me out in the camp at your earliest convenience.
Hi! Listen, it's amazing here. It's like I'm in a ballad. There's knights in shining armor, deadly dangers, glorious feats. We are going to show those demons! I'm so tired of sitting in a library reading books about history. It's time I took part in it!
I'm glad to help our cause, Commander. If you have some time later, I'd like to speak with you further.
You'll have plenty of time to talk. You're the Knight Commander's people now, his trusted advisors and companions. Now then, will you please leave us? Irabeth, you can go too.
When we met at the Defender's Heart, Your Majesty, I never imagined you'd make me the commander of the new crusade.
Some actions may be deemed bold, or even extreme, and beyond those, there are some you might call the Queen's last resort. I am not a simple monarch. I am at war with the Abyss, a war which has lasted over 100 years. I cannot allow myself the luxury of caution. In you, I see a chance, and I am willing to stake everything on it.
Need to end this clipping. I just noticed we're going to remove the X. It's just driving me crazy.
However, you cannot blame me for putting you in charge of the crusade. I only formalized what had already happened in the hearts and minds of many. People spoke of the power that descended upon you and helped you save the Wardstones from corruption and total destruction. Word of this feat quickly spread far beyond the borders of Mendev. There was no other person who could better fit the role of Knight Commander of the Fifth Crusade.
Some questions about my mission to retake Dresden.
Of course. I shall answer.
How did the demons manage to conquer Dresden? In detail, please. I know that they just teleported in, but how? And even if they teleported in, how did the city just fell? Isn't it a sort of fortress city multiple layered? There's defenders everywhere? What happened?
That's a good question. Its walls were built by dwarf craftsmen, and the power of the Sword of Valor protected the city. Alas, where raging hordes failed, a single lying tongue was all they needed to succeed. The demoness Minago convinced a young and ambitious crusader named Staunton Vane that the banner belonged on the battlefield. He went on a daring and unapproved raid, and the banner ended up in the enemy's hands. The city fell soon after. Ever since then, for 7 decades, it has served as a citadel for the forces of the Abyss.
Yeah, as we just learned a couple sentences earlier, the banner prevents demons from teleporting. That's how they teleported inside the city. Staunton Vane, I saw him with the Grey Garrison. He defected to demon's side.
Oh, really? I wasn't informed of this. After Dresden fell because of Staunton, he was nearly sentenced to death. He deserved it. In wartime, men are hanged for far less. But you have no idea what a terrible sight it is. A raging crowd of crusaders baying for blood. Never have my fighters looked so much like the demons we are fighting. I commuted Staunton's sentence and stripped him of his rank. Not just for him, but for my army and my country. We are not Hell Knights. We do not maintain discipline with public executions.
Hell Knights. They are a collective of knightly orders with a unique focus on the promulgation of law. Unlike paladins, they are interested less in social good and charity than the foundation and stringent maintenance of order at all costs. If people cannot be trusted to obey the law out of their own sense of civility and social righteousness, Hell Knights provide the need to obey out of fear of a master's stern hand. It's a tough choice, I understand.
Thank you for your support. The longer you live, the more things you do, and the more criticism you endure. Today, many blame me for all manner of reasons, and few try to understand my actions. Your words warm my soul.
Forces are at my disposal.
Everyone we saw today at the parade. First among them, the Eagle Watch, who remain a powerful force thanks to Irabeth's resourcefulness. Also marching with you are several minor knightly orders, as the minor volunteer units like to be called. And finally, I have personally selected some recruits from Neurosian. They have little in the way of battle experience, but great determination and a thirst to prove themselves. I've always thought that an army benefits from at least one such unit. These forces, as I said, are not enough for a march on Dresden. You will have to hire additional troops with the funds that have been provided to you. But for a brave commander, and I hope you are one, that is just the beginning. If you retake Dresden, recover the holy power of the Sword of Valor, and gain a foothold in the region, then new armies will join under your banner. The Fifth Crusade is only beginning. Many battles and victories lie ahead.
It's been decades and no one has managed to retake the city. What do you think? Why do you think we are different?
We have a chance now that we haven't seen in decades. But it's more than that. You created this chance for us by foiling the demons' plans in Canabris. The army who attacked the city came straight from Dresden. Demon hordes from the Abyss are usually encamped there, but many of them perished on the streets of Canabris. We must attack swiftly, before they can restore their forces. When the city is free and the Sword of Valor appears before our soldiers, they won't be sending in any more reinforcements. Demons cannot teleport into an area protected by the banner of the goddess.
What about long-term goals? Do you know how to get rid of the world wound forever?
Now you are talking like a real knight commander. However, answering your question is not easy. To win this war, we must bar the demon's way. There are a few planar rifts leading to the Abyss across the territory we call the World Wound. The best specialists we could find have tried to close them on separate occasions, with no success, as you may have guessed. The World Wound is more than just a chain of portals to the Abyss. We do not understand its nature yet. The methods of rift closure known to magical science simply do not work here. However, we have a hypothesis, and a rather well-grounded one, that we must begin at the source of the problem, the place where the World Wound was opened. The main rift lies through the city of Iz and the Threshold Fortress, deep in the former lands of Socorus. We have never managed to fight our way so far and gain a foothold to allow the mages to explore the origins of the World Wound. So, the next step, after you succeed in Dresden, is an offensive push deeper into the World Wound, with the aim of reaching Threshold, the very threshold of the Abyss. Wonderful.
Did you know that the souls of angels from heaven are confined in the Wardstone?
I had guessed as much. Many angels fought alongside us in the First Crusade. Heaven was unable to mobilize its full might to aid us, but individual celestials volunteered to fight for our cause. Then one day, they all vanished, saying that they were setting off on an important mission. Not long after, Iomede's herald erected the first wardstone in Canobris, and then the others in cities across Mendev. Even back then, I had nagging doubts, but my faith in Iomede easily assuaged them. It is for us to serve the goddess after all, not to question her works. Nevertheless, I am pleased that you solved the mystery of the Wardstone in Kinopris, and were able to save this gift of Iomade. It was a deed worthy of a Knight Commander of the Fifth Crusade.
The Queen subtly inclines her head in solemn acknowledgement of your service. You should know I received an unusual gift in the caves beneath Kinabris. In a vision, I saw the death of an angel called Lariel. Somehow he was able to grant me the ability to reveal the light of heaven.
Lariel. I knew him. He disappeared shortly before the world wound grew, and Dresden fell into the enemy's hands. In the chaos, we had more important concerns than investigating the fate of a single angel, even one so righteous and beloved as Lariel. And afterward, matters took a turn for the worse. The angels left us to go on their special mission. It is so strange to hear the names I used to hear when I was young, like getting a message from the past. It is sad news, but it brings me back to the times when we strongly believed in our victory, and we rushed headlong toward it without fear. Could it be that such times have come again?
And what are you going to do, Your Majesty?
Overlooking a spot of insubordination just at the moment. However, I shall answer you. I shall prepare the defenses at Nerosian and all the other border cities and plan the future of the Fifth Crusade. Does that satisfy your curiosity, Knight Commander?
Queen, I'd ask you to remain with us. The Dresden campaign is the hope of the Crusade, and the blessing of Iomade that you carry may be decisive in this battle.
I hear a polite attempt to appeal to the conscience of an old sovereign?
The Queen flashes something of a slightly astonished smile.
I don't know if you realize what you're suggesting. If our enemies in the depths of the wound were to discover that I was with your army, they would immediately send their most vicious demons to attack. They would stop at nothing to be rid of me, and thereby sow chaos across Mendev. But you are right. I shouldn't be sitting it out in the rear. I am a warrior queen, and a queen of warriors. Yet my fighters have forgotten what I look like. Fine. I shall join the crusade, but on my own terms. First, I shall assemble my entourage and lead the parade out of the camp. I shall catch up with you later, along with a few hand-picked bodyguards. We'll change our armor, and I'll become a knight of a minor order and join the troops incognito.
It's a beautiful idea. Maybe we can recruit her into our group so she can fight with us.
Until we approach Dresden, no one should know I am among you. But before we storm the city, I shall show myself to the troops and join the battle. Let it be a surprise for the demons. I hope you won't complain of my company on the road, Commander, since you were the one who insisted upon it. Do you have any other questions?
No, Your Majesty. The task is clear at hand.
Splendid. Ah, yes. We have one final matter to attend to. It should be rather enjoyable.
The Queen gives you an impish wink.